My name is Zinkiewicz, and I want to talk to you about love. In particular, I want to talk to you about different ways of showing love. Now, I'm a particular fan of the big surprise. You may have heard me talk about surprises in other videos. I like them. But I like particular ones. Talk about gifts, for example. One time, my wife and I planned a special Christmas gift for her father. He always wanted to go to Alaska. However, he couldn't afford to do that. We couldn't afford to send him either, but we had family and we had a phone. And so we decided several months way ahead of Christmas that we would make this happen. We started contacting family members and they helped purchase tickets and so on, and we were in. All the effort we put into making all of those contacts and arrangements paid off when we saw the expression on his face when he opened a little present that had a teeny little plane and then another present that had a map of Alaska and realized we were giving him his dream trip. Wow, it was great. And he really enjoyed that trip. Now let's talk about what happened during this process. We provided what I would call a gift of service. We spent time on the phone, we spent time making arrangements, we spent time wrapping presents and doing all the organizational things. We contributed to the plane trip, but we didn't buy it all. That was done by other people. So there's two kinds of gifts going on here. One, ours was a gift of service. Service is giving something, doing something for someone else. The rest of the family contributed largely with a gift that could be unboxed, namely tickets, for example. That's a present, a different kind of gift. Now, all of that's well and good until you realize what can happen when those two worlds sort of collide. The person who really likes a gift and opening presents would not really be happy with me offering them a chance to detail their car or offering to paint her kitchen. Those are gifts of service. It's not that the car detailing wouldn't be appreciated or the painting wouldn't be appreciated, but in the long haul, the gift person wants something tangible as a result that might hang around. So a piece of jewelry could last a long time. Tickets to a ball game might last, particularly if you save the stub and put it in a scrapbook. Those are tangible gifts of service. Not so much. You see those two worlds and how you might have to make adjustments if the people you want to show love to work the other way? Yes. Well, a man named Dr. Gary Chapman wrote a book some time ago, The 5 Love Languages. So it gets worse. There's not only 2, there's 5. Basically, if you understand, he goes through 3 kinds of things. One is, if you have a stronger understanding what the person wants, you can show love better. Love can be shown differently, and you need to put those two things together. So, besides service and gifts, there's also gifts of affirmation, showing affirmation. Now, you have to be particularly careful of how you do this, saying something like, "Wow, sure glad you took the trash out, cut down the flies in here." Well, that's really not very affirming. But if you thank them for doing it, that is. You're supposed to try to lift people up when you are affirming. So if they're the kind of person that appreciates being affirmed for who they are and what they do, then you need to be showing it in the correct way. Another kind of gift is time, spending time with people. I know people that say, "Come on over, we'll hang out. Let's watch a movie, let's do something else, play cards," whatever. So, offering a gift of time is their love language. Giving them a gift, that's okay. Can we hang around and play with it for a while? And last but not least, gifts of touch, being close, showing intimacy. Those kinds of things are important to some people more than others. So 5 different love languages. Now, how do you begin to learn how to do that? First thing you need to do is to pay attention to what's going on in the person's life. So you watch and you listen. Life goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. Father-in-law mentions that he always wanted to go to Alaska. Now, he's not one to talk about things that he wants. He helped a lot of people, but he was very self-effacing, didn't talk about himself. So I made a note. That note came together when we were planning Christmas. It's called paying attention. Now, you also get in a little difficulty because if I'm a person of service and you're a person of gifts, how are you going to mix and match? Well, I tend to think of people that are gift people, that my service to them is spending time finding just the right gift. If I spend that, seems like a service thing for me, is finding the right thing. Time, if they value time and spending time, I value trying to get my schedule together so that that time can happen. That's my service gift and how I feel good about doing that. You have to play those games with yourself so that you're good at this and they get what they need too. It's sort of how to bridge the gap between multiple languages. You have to pay attention to the nuance, and that's going to take time. It just doesn't run by very quickly. You have to practice things like listening and watching and seeing what's going on. The good news in all of this is that love just got richer, 5 times richer. Go for it.
Did you know I add a new video to the Growing Library every Tuesday and Thursday at 10? This is Ed. Thanks for coming. I hope you'll come back. These videos will help you find joy, make friends, and keep active.